everybody. Got another video for you today, and this one's going to be a little bit different from what I normally show. Anyway, in the background, we'll be playing some Entombed, the Wreckage EP, released in 1997. No, I like the death metal stuff, but every once in a while I like going to this old EP and spinning it. And I thought it would be fitting for this type of music. So, picked out 10 albums that I really love. Other than death metal and black metal and normal shit I show. And some of these, some people might not really care for, but every one of these albums right here I like from track one all the way through. Every track fucking love. So I thought it'd be a cool idea and a nice break. So let's get on with it. So every one of these are going to be first pressings, actual CDs I bought back then, and most of these I now own on vinyl, but I don't usually show them. But if you guys want me to show the vinyl versions, I will be happy to show them. So anyway, yeah, it's early in the morning. I thought this was a fucking killer idea. First one up is Faith No More, The Real Thing. And when this first came out in 1989, I first bought it on cassette, and then I got this old ass CD and listened to it constantly. Almost every freaking day I listened to this son of a bitch, and it's because of that song Epic. Back then there wasn't too many rap metal songs, I guess, and it was really a cool thing to hear, especially like Anthrax, I'm the Man, and what is it, Run DMC with the Aerosmith. And then you had Epic, of course, by Faith No More. And I remember watching them playing that song on the music awards and just freaking blown away. But this album just fucking rules. From Out of Nowhere, I love that track. I love the bass line and Falling to Pieces. Surprise You're Dead, it's kind of a thrashier, fucking killer ass fucking song I love. Zombie Eaters, I love that ballad, especially towards the end with the notes they chose to use. With Mike Patton's voice, it just sounds so freaking eerie. I could go through every track. Black Sabbath cover they did, War Pigs, fucking unreal. And Edge of the World, I love the piano and it's fucking killer ass shit. But yeah, this is cool. Still have these old CDs. I'm going to show more of my older CDs and stuff that you wouldn't think I'd listen to, but I pretty much listen to it all. And decided to just go ahead and just start shooting that. I've been kind of talking about it for a while, but I thought I'd start with something a little bit more palatable for most that watch my channel, and I'll get into the glam stuff later because I do love glam. Another album released in 1992, the year I was in high school, and bought this CD right here. And it's another one that fucking never left my CD player for quite a long time. Of course, this is on Columbia House or Columbia Records, and I don't know, this thing just always blew my mind when I first heard it. I think the first track I heard on it was Angry Chair, and it was like Christmas. I was in St. Louis, and me and my brothers were watching videos, and that song came on. And I've already seen, by that point, Alice in Chains live at the Clash of the Titans with Slayer, Megadeth, and Anthrax. So when this new album dropped and I heard that song, I'm like, holy fuck, I have to get it. And I have this on vinyl, and I have this on cassette as well. Absolute banger. Them Bones. The thing I remember most of that video is Staley's eyes rolling in the back of his head and the Scorpions fight, and I fucking love that. Damn That River, I love that song. My favorite track on this is actually Junkhead. It's just heavy doom. Of course, Angry Again, and the track that was on the Singles movie, Wood. Hate to Feel, Dirt, Rooster, Sick Man, he actually sounds like a goat. Fucking killer ass album. Alice in Chains, Dirt, fucking awesome. And another one I bought in 1995, I bought this CD right here. Of course, Down's Nola with it's a super group with Corrosion Conformities, Pepper, and the two guys from Crowbar, and of course Phil Asomno. And can't remember who's the drummer on this, but I know the drummer is fantastic. I'll remember here in a minute. But I remember when this album dropped, it didn't leave my player either for a long time. I always had that Black Sabbath fucking feel that I love, and just fucking absolutely fucking best stoner metal of all time, hailing from New Orleans. But I remember I went to a store called Stick It In Your Ear when we had one in Joplin, and picked this son of a bitch up because it had Phil in it. And oh my God, we listened to that, and Temptations Wings came on. I'm like, holy fuck, that song rules. And then Lifer, Rehab, Hell to Leaf, Underneath Everything. My favorite track on this is actually Bury Me in Smoke. It is fucking heavy. Of course, the single Stone the Crow is a killer. I love the instrumentals in this. What was that one? Pray for the Locust, I believe. It just has that Black Sabbath, not the Black Sabbath, Tony Iommi instrumentals that he usually did. And of course, Jail, Losing All. This is man, I love this fucking album. Next one up, I just recently found, this is my old copy of Danzig 4. I'm a huge Danzig fan. I mainly have his Misfit stuff. I need to get the Sam Hain and then the first three Danzig albums, all fucking stone cold classics. But fortunately I lost those. But this one, the only reason I still have it, it fell behind a cabinet in my dad's old gun shop, and found it there a couple weeks ago. But yeah, this is an old digipack. Danzig 4. My goodness, this is fucking killer. On what is that? Fuck, I can't see it. Oh shit, American Recordings. Has the old I don't know, this has a lot of nostalgia to me. I remember listening to this on the way to work every day. Can't clear my throat. And this has got the original Danzig lineup with John Christ and Eerie Vaughn and Chuck Biscuits, which is the best lineup Danzig have ever put together. But this album right here had Brand New God, I love that. Little Whip, I remember there was an interview where he actually plays that on his Les Paul, I believe. Can't speak. He kind of looks like Sigourney Weaver did in Aliens 4. Going Down to Die. Until You Call the Dark is my favorite track on this. Bringer of Death. Son of the Morning Star. I Don't Mind the Pain. Stalker Song. Let It Be Captured. Fucking classic. Fits all this fucking music right here. Danzig 4. Next one up, people might be surprised. Stone Temple Pilots. This one's Core. When this first dropped, of course, I think I heard, the first song I heard was Dead and Bloated. And I just love the way, how heavy that fucking track is. And it just stomps. Sex Type Thing, I think, is the first single. I actually seen a video too. And then Wicked Garden, of course. Everybody remembers that song. Of course, Creep and Plush. My favorite song on this is Piece of Pie and Cracker Man. Where the River Grows. Man, there's so many damn good tracks on this. I've had this one since 1993 when it was released. And another one I just fucking listen to over and over and over again. This one I don't have on vinyl, but I need to pick it up because I know they've reissued it. But till then, this old CD still sounds good, still packs a punch, still in damn good condition. Let's see. Killer one, Stone Temple Pilots from 1993. Core. Another one. I'm a huge Soundgarden fan, and this is my favorite album by them, Louder Than Love. And this is a first pressing as well. And I like Bad Motorfinger and what's it, Super Unknown. I thought those are killer albums, but it did not compare to this at all. I wish they did more stuff like this album. And this reminds me of canoe trips in the summer. Man, Ugly Truth, it starts off with that, but that Hands All Over, I remember getting stoned to that and just fucking listen to that over and over again. Loud Love, of course. Big Dumb Sex, that's a classic. But yeah, every track on this one, Soundgarden, Louder Than Love. I want to say this was released in 92 or 90. I can't remember what year it was released. All I know is it's a badass fucking album. Next one up. Yeah, a little bit of Pearl Jam. I fucking love this album too. This is the CD I bought back in 92 when I first moved to Salt Lake City, Utah. Got off the airplane. I remember when I got off the airplane there, the stench in the air. I thought the fucking place stunk. I was like, what the fuck is that smell? And they said it was actually the only living creatures that live in Salt Lake. They die, and it's so big. We was actually in Ogden, and the wind blows that fucking smell all over the place. Plus, whenever it storms, you'll get a white haze if you've ever been in Salt Lake City. But anyway, let's back to this album. Pearl Jam's 10. Of course, the first track I heard on this was Even Flow, and I knew I fucking loved it. And then Why Go is my favorite song on it. Of course, it's got Jeremy, Oceans, Alive. There's one song on here I really fucking love. I want to say it was called Black. Yeah, Black, number 8, track 8. Yeah, this one's a killer one, and I didn't realize, I've had the CD for such a long time, and the other day I was thinking about shooting this video, and I didn't, but I got the sheet out and realized, didn't even know I had a fucking poster in it. So yeah, this is a classic to me. Pearl Jam's 10, always will be. And hopefully this is not a shitty ass video. I think there's some people who appreciate this shit right here. It's a time that was all tired of the hair bands, and this is the music that was in between all that shit and death metal and black metal and all that stuff. Another one, I was in high school when this came out and bought this CD right here, and Nirvana's Nevermind. Of course, one of the biggest selling albums next to the Black Album by Metallica that year. But I remember watching Teen Spirit. It's the first track I heard. This, what is it called? Smell of Teen Spirit. And what was in my mind at that time, I never heard. This is the first grunge album I ever heard, and thinking it was as heavy as Megadeth. I remember that. And my God, every song on this one, In Bloom, Come As You Are. I remember watching a video to that and just blown away. Breed. My favorite track on this is Territorial Pissings. It's a banger. Something in the Way. I love the movie Jarhead and how he's basically on an acid trip and they have that song playing in the background. But another one, absolute fucking classic in my mind. This one, the reason why this one sold so much. But yeah, another one, you know, I normally don't show this stuff. Absolute banger. Eventually I'll just show a piece of it. I still got two more to show. This stuff that you probably didn't know I listened to. I've got all kinds of music. Love music to death. So 1996, I want to say this was released, maybe. Oh, it says 94. Yeah, 94, damn. Really? Anyway, yeah. Corrosion of Conformity. I think I bought this at Walmart a little bit after it was after it was released. And I bought it on cassette originally, but I want to say 96 or 97, maybe I bought this CD. So it's not a first pressing, but it's still pretty fucking old. But this album, when I first heard the song Cleanse My Wounds, and I was always a Corrosion of Conformity fan. I've seen them play live with Testament and I think Iron Maiden, I want to say, back in Salt Lake City, and I can't remember what tour they were on at that point. But back to this, Cleanse My Wounds, I remember it freaked the shit out of me. He had a goat running around and I was like, that video is fucking awesome. This also has Albatross and Cast Your Pearls Before Swine. Fucking love that song. Title track, Deliverance. This is an absolute fucking banger. That's what this old fucking CD looks like. I know a couple of people have shown this. Mr. Boulder and I think Dark Hymns of the Cold North showed this as well. But it's in this vein, this wheelhouse of music. Especially this. But yeah, Corrosion Conformity, Deliverance is just an absolute fucking banging album. And then the last one but not least, when this album was released in 1993 and I heard Only was the first single they released on it, I was blown away. I knew John Bush joined, and I was interested in what they're going to sound like. To me, this fits this wheelhouse of stuff. I know everybody says it's a grunge album, but I really think it's kind of on the verge of being thrashy, kind of what everybody was going to at that point. Metallica's Black Album, Megadeth with Countdown to Extinction, A Testament with The Ritual, Forbidden with Distortion. The list goes on. There's so many bands that just stopped playing thrash and went to a different style, but this album to me just fucking blew my mind when I first heard it. My favorite song on this is Burst, I want to say. Black Lodge is another one I fucking love. I love Only. I love the chorus to that, the drums, everything on it. It just is Absolute masterpiece. Not as good as their other albums, but still a damn good one. And of course, I didn't say the name. Everybody should know this one, The Sound of White Noise. So just kind of fits all these albums here. And story on that, when I first heard it, I was first time living on my own, and this is the CD I bought. And I remember many nights getting off work and just spinning this one. Another one I don't have anymore, I need to get it, was Flotsam and Jetsam, and it had Wading Through the Darkness, but I can't remember the name of the album. It came out about the same time this one did. Well, I need to really get that one, because like I said, it just fits this. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Kind of opening it up a little bit and showing the rest of my collection. So don't unsubscribe if you don't like these. I'm going to show more death metal coming up. I got a CD collection update. I'm planning on shooting this probably this weekend. And it's got, of course, some DSI, and it's got some other shit that'll make you smile. But anyway, this stuff right here, hope you enjoyed. Later.